Let me start off by talking about the tutorial first and foremost. I'm probably going to have the fast forwarded version of the tutorial on here anyway, so you're probably seeing that right now. The tutorial is very wordy. I'm dyslexic. That to me is a negative, but I don't want to be too negative about this. This tutorial broke it down in a very good way, and I didn't feel like my dyslexia was an issue. So, even though I'm here saying yes, I'm dyslexic, I find it difficult sometimes to the follow like how each thing is worded, and I can sometimes struggle, especially in some games. It depends how well they're translated sometimes, because I play like games that aren't originally based in English. But yeah, overall, I liked the tutorial. It taught me through a lot of stuff, and it really helped. And it put a lot of the gameplay in, and it just talked you through everything. It was a lengthy tutorial, is all I'll say. One of my favorite bits of the gameplay wise is how you gain influence, and like you gain influence by being liked, and you have favors, and people do will do you a favor and things like that. And I think that influence system and how you grow your empire is a very very good and simple system. I honestly enjoyed this element of the game, and I also enjoyed like the running around. You're doing like little bits and pieces. You'll see if you see me do Let's Play. I just spent a lot of time doing that, just going around and enjoying the little bits and pieces which was there, which you could do, like going to pick this up to take that there so that the brewery could work, and then we're going to go and do this. The early game thing. Then obviously you then have like your controls. Your controls were simple and easy to understand. WASD, everything on your mouse. Very, very good, very simple controls. And much like the graphics, they're simple, effective, and good. They've done a very good job with the graphics, the controls, and the general gameplay. I do think that like the controls are basically like in any of these simulation games, because it's the mafia management sim and it's based in a city. They're all very similar, so it's not hard to nail that right. But they've done it well, and they've made it so that it feels clean and it's done extremely well. Obviously, going into the gangster genre, it's a very popular genre. Um, and I've played a few games recently. I've played a few games on stream recently within this genre. Now, I really enjoy this genre. I think it's a very good genre, and it's something I really fell for within movies, TV, media as well. So, talking about the craze and people like that, that interests me. So, yeah, and like this type of era of banning of alcohol and the whole 20s to 30s, which this game's based in, and it's handled extremely well, and I honestly enjoyed the whole set. Um, I do think it may get repetitive, but I'm sure as you expand, like all of these games, like your early gameplay is repetitive. You think about your Minecrafts or any games like that, your early gameplay can be generally repetitive. After you start expanding and you have like your automated systems put in, so you have the people doing delivery drives, for example, automatically instead of you having to do them. I think this would then like improve speed it up slightly, and so the game will evolve with you as you go along. In my opinion, I've not got that far, hold my feet to that fire, but I do feel like I definitely noticed that you could have people doing runs and set systems. So yeah, so there was definitely there systems that would stop you if you didn't want to do the grindy stuff. This game was developed by Somasin, and it's published as Kasedo. They are marketing this game, I think, from what I've seen, about £30. I think it's between 26, 29, and 30 quid. 29.99. It is on Steam. I, hand on heart, think it's in the right price range, about the 25, £26 mark. That's for your base game. You get a couple of extras for your for 30 quid. And there is, if you can get it beforehand, you'll have like a few hours after this video goes up to actually get it. But there is a discount on there. Overall, I think it's a very solid game. I think the 25 to £30 mark is in and around where many of these games should be based in. And yeah, I honestly enjoyed it 100%. The gameplay, as I say, I really enjoyed. Obviously, with things like Animal Kingdom and things like that set like a few years later, I'd say I've not seen that many gangstery things set in this period. That's quite fun to see, like the booze trade and everything along those lines, which was obviously the starting where you start your empire is in the booze trade. There seems to be, like, as you get further through the game, it expands what you can use. So that'd be really good because you can definitely sell a lot of other stuff. But overall, Chicago's 1920 was pretty awesome to like look at and like figure out. There was a couple of things that it didn't reference or I skipped over in my reading, but overall there was nothing wrong there. I want to talk about accessibility as well. Now, accessibility I think is really, really important, and settings in games. As I say, because obviously I suffer with dyslexia, talking about accessibility is deep. So first and foremost, let's talk about accessibility. The option menus. So you do have multiple. We only currently have English. I do think it's going to be in other languages as well. Always worth checking that out though. You've got the full tutorial, you get your day and night cycles. That's absolutely fine, but it's not where I'm really at the at this. Generally, you've got all this. You can upgrade your UI scale again. That's an important one for me. Some people's eyesight won't be as good. You know, to upgrade your UI scale is really, really good. Up to 300%. Apparently, I can only go up to 200. Audio-wise, and I think this is something else that gets me, and I think it's really important. Audio-wise, it didn't feel overbearing when I first turned the game on. It started at 80% and I kept it at 80%. Normally, I feel my ears getting blown out. Was it a little high? Probably. I would probably prefer it in and around the 70% mark when I first go into a game, but that's just me being picky. That is just something about myself who have got so used now to new games just blowing your eardrums out as soon as you turn them on. It's like, what are you doing to me? So just be aware. But overall, this game isn't that bad at it. The controls are listed inside, and overall, there isn't that much that it's really got to talk about with your controls. As I say, it's very simple. WASD, very, very good. Then also just the abouts, just there as well. So they've got like everything about them, and an amazing thank you to these guys, obviously. As I say, a very, very good game. Built in Chicago, where it's based. It's also based in Detroit and Pittsburgh, apparently. But yes, so I found this really good fun. I found it really enjoyable. I couldn't find any bugs. I didn't spot any bugs when I was playing it for the 2 hours. I had none of those experiences. That's what I will say as well. That's a really big positive for me. I didn't find any bugs. It seems like it's been quite well tested. Remember, this is the pre-launch one, so they're probably going to add some stuff in. However, some of this stuff may have bugs. You know, when you add anything in, it can cause issues. But overall, I would say they completely nailed it up to this point. The version I've got, build 202.107.19, and they've done a very, very good job at keeping it bug-free. I think that's really, really, really big. But overall, would I recommend the game? Yes, I'm going to play it on stream. It is an amazing game. I really enjoyed it. I think they've done a very good job. Again, bugs-free. The influence idea is amazing. The graphics aren't amazing, but they're very, very good for what you need it to be in this game. And so yeah, overall I think they've done a very good job, and I've actually really enjoyed playing it. Have a look at the Let's Play if you wish to after this. But yeah, very, very good. I enjoyed it. On that note, thank you very much for listening to this review. I will catch you very soon. Stay safe, stay well, and remember, if you do want to check me out on Twitch, it's www.twitch.tv/Barrett87. Again, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you on that side.